I've been in meditation this morning, and on the tail end of it was reflecting on a session with a client yesterday. We were talking about how connected with the self my client was during the day, how aware of herself, her body, her own needs and preferences, um, how often she tunes into herself before or during a conversation with somebody else, whether it's her husband or a colleague. This is a really common conversation I have with people. Are we even connected to ourselves in a particular moment? We certainly all have moments of that, just how much of the day? And I was sharing with her a story from David White, the author and poet, and it really just struck me when I first heard the story. He was at work, and it was an organisation that was in the village where he lived. It was like 3 p.m, and they were gathering for a meeting in one of the meeting rooms, and he walked into the room and looked around and said to his colleagues, "Where's David?" And they looked at him, and he looked around and then pretty much walked out of the meeting room and left work and walked home. And those moments when we've seemingly lost ourselves, when we're really in that forward movement, head leading, get things done, go, 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 do, we are often not connected certainly to all parts of us because we haven't got that, even that physiological postural alignment of head, heart, gut, and the inner connection and connection with our deep wisdom versus just our head knowledge that we have when we're in that embodied centeredness, really inside ourselves and aware of ourselves. So most of us weren't raised with this either. We are very much raised with the being in service ethic, right? So it is very valued still. We have these quite, I'm going to call them moralistic norms in our society still that say being in service to kids, husband, wife, employer or employees if you're a business owner, your customers, clients, the community, even in service to God. We are all generally raised to be in service to everybody else. It's quite rare that somebody was raised to be in service to themselves, at least as a first point, and then perhaps to serve others in ways that feel aligned. And as soon as I say those words, be in service to the self, like me, you may have that feeling of selfishness creep in, and it's quite a visceral feeling in the body often, that kind of feeling of, oh God, but then I'm going to be selfish. So when we are in this healthy connection to self and healthy service to self, to me that's about being self-full. Or we could coin all sorts of terms for it, but it is really about having the fullness of self and therefore more capacity for life and being more fully ourselves that comes from that. When we're just being in service to other people, we're often doing it from either an empty tank or a not very full tank, and not the fullness of ourselves. So this is actually quite a common theme I find across a lot of my clients, because the other theme that goes along with this is the tendency to people please, which is also very common in our society right now. I'm a recovering people pleaser, And one of the internal strategies, if you like, of getting more balance back around this is to start this practice of just really being with yourself in this physiological, like hands-on body way, to tune in for what, how you are right now, where you are right now in this moment, what you might need right now. In a busy work day, this can mean simply tuning in and realizing, you know what, I need to go and get some more water. I need a loo stop. I need to take 5 minutes to prepare for that meeting at midday. It might be I'm going to go for a walk around the block or around the park and get some sun, get some air, move my body and come back to this thing I'm working on. It's those wise moments of awareness of self and awareness of what the moment needs as well as what the self needs. And these connection times then start to build our capacity to do this when we're in interactions with other people. Something as simple as deciding what you're all having for dinner tonight, or what movie you want to go to on the weekend, or to be negotiating deadlines in a meeting, to be sharing your needs with your partner, your spouse. When we can be really connected to self, we're more likely to be connected to what our needs are, what feels right for us. It makes it easier to make decisions, and it helps us discern what's mine and what's the other person's. Because as soon as that stuff starts getting all mashed up and we can't feel and sense and see clearly what's mine and what's yours, everything gets more difficult. Intimate conversations, making decisions together, feeling sovereign enough in your relationship, being able to parent well together, being able to run a business together. We've got to have this sense of self, what I call differentiation from other people, to really know what's me, who am I, what do I feel about this, what are my needs, what do I value about this, so that we can come from that wholeness and clarity and then be a contribution to others, and for it to be healthy, clear. And then, of course, it's often then all just more enjoyable because we know we're in balance, we are really in more authenticity, we're being more genuinely ourselves, we're more likely to be getting our needs genuinely met and have more capacity to then also help others experience more of that as well. So my invitation to you here is to play with the sense of being with yourself, even to start in the morning just before you get out of bed or before you leave the house, to just sit with a hand on your heart, hand on your gut, and to just feel into your body, feel into, here I am, yes, this is me, here's my body, great, this is my I am. How am I this morning? What do I want in my day? What's important to me today? What would serve me well? What would I like to have happen in my day? Any of those questions can be useful. And just at least starting from this point of connection to the self, and then knowing that at any point through the day, you can come back to this connection point. You can come back to feeling the self and checking again. Here I am. This is me. How am I right now? What do I need? And we might do that over and over and over again through the day until we can feel that we're with ourselves. We're really here and connected to the self in a more ongoing way. It's not just happening in certain moments when we're on our yoga mat or in meditation or just about to fall asleep in bed. It's like, how can we elongate those moments and bring more of that into our day overall, so that we're being with ourselves all the time. Ultimately, that's the aim. I hope this has been helpful. Blessings on your day. Bye for now.